When we think of the first Thanksgiving, many of us picture pilgrims and Native Americans sharing a harmonious meal, ending with the natives essentially handing over their land. But the story, like so many others, is a carefully crafted myth designed to mask the true events of history. As we gather this Thanksgiving, it's important to reflect on the stories we've been told and the truths they've been hiding. In this video, I'll uncover 5 of history's biggest myths, revealing what really happened behind these legends. Myth number 1. America became independent on July 4th, 1776. When you think of American independence, July 4th, 1776 is probably the first date that comes to mind. It's the one we celebrate every year, but here's the thing, it's not entirely accurate. The Continental Congress actually voted for independence and drafted the Declaration of Independence on July 2nd. So why do we celebrate on the 4th? That's the day the revised edition was finalized and signed, which is why it's the date on the document. But even then, independence wasn't official until the Treaty of Paris in 1783. So technically, we're celebrating a work in progress. Myth number 2. Marie Antoinette said, "Let them eat cake." This iconic quote is often tied to Marie Antoinette to show how disconnected she was from her starving people, but it's pure fiction. This phrase actually came from Jean-Jacques Rousseau, who wrote about a great princess, saying it years earlier. The catch? When Rousseau wrote this, Marie Antoinette was only 11, and the French Revolution hadn't even started yet. It's most likely this rumor was spread to tarnish her reputation, but there's no evidence she ever uttered these words. Myth number 3. John Smith and Pocahontas were in love. We've all heard the romanticized story of Pocahontas and John Smith, but it's just that, a story. When they met in 1607, Pocahontas was only 11 years old. John Smith himself only ever described their relationship as a friendship. The real Pocahontas married twice, first to a tribal member named Cocoum, and later to John Rolfe, after converting to Christianity. The love story we know is just another Hollywood fabrication. Myth number 4. Napoleon was short. Napoleon Bonaparte is often remembered as a brilliant general, who is also incredibly short. But here's the truth, he wasn't. His height was recorded as 5'2" in French measurements, which translates to about 5'7" today, average for his time. So where did the short myth come from? British propaganda. They mocked him as the little corporal to undermine his image, and funnily enough, Napoleon often surrounded himself with tall bodyguards, which might have made him look even shorter. So the idea of him being tiny? Totally exaggerated. Myth number 5. The Puritans came to the New World for religious freedom. The Puritans didn't come to America for religious freedom. They came to escape it. After fleeing England, they settled in Holland, where they were shocked by how tolerant the Dutch were of religions like Judaism, Catholicism, and even atheism. Fearing this openness would corrupt their children, the Puritans left for Massachusetts in 1620. Once there, they set up a strict colony and banished anyone who didn't conform to their beliefs. Over time, their power faded as new generations embraced less rigid forms of Protestantism. By 1691, King Charles II ended their theocracy for good by protecting religious dissenters. And there you have it, 5 of the biggest historical myths debunked. From misunderstood holidays to exaggerated love stories and political propaganda, history is often more complicated than the stories we've been told. By digging deeper, we can uncover the real events and motivations behind these myths, and that makes history even more fascinating. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments which myths surprised you the most, or if there's one you'd like me to cover in a future video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.